Hi, I'm EllaAradia, and welcome to your November 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This reading is for my Virgo Earth signs, where we'll be exploring the overall energies and themes for the month ahead, as well as taking a deeper dive into how these might be playing out for you in your life. This is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently for all of you. What I do find, though, is there is always a shared theme that runs through the collective of all of you Virgo signs. So take what feels aligned to you and just leave the rest. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoy this reading and you haven't already done that, please do. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And then, of course, you can get notified when the next videos are up. So Virgo, let's jump in. I always like to just feel into the energies a little bit first, Virgo, before I start pulling cards. I definitely see some difficult times that some of you are just coming out of that are behind you. Turbulent times. And some really strong soul lessons for you in looking after yourself, developing more of a sense of yourself through the energies of self-love, looking after your energy, looking after yourself. Because I feel like there has been, some quite challenging times in your past. It looks very chaotic to me. There may have been conflict around you with family, partners, getting involved in other people's problems and issues, and all of that being, quite a drain on your energy is what I'm feeling, like taxing your energy in some way. And there's definitely been a strong invitation for you to look after yourself. And what I see is you emerging from that right now. So with your overall energies, the Seven of Pentacles, a moment of a pause right now to take stock, to reassess, to recalibrate, to look at what you have and what you are going to put your energies into moving forwards. What are you going to invest in moving forwards? Because I do feel that the universe is starting to bring in, new potentials and opportunities for you. Because I do feel that you really have grown and learnt from the past, the importance of, really looking after yourself and your energies. And that doesn't make you an uncaring or, an unloving person or anything like that. It's just you have to leave a little bit here for yourself and look after yourself. And what I'm feeling as a result of that is more abundance coming into you in some way, whether that's to do with career, job, finances. For some of you, it might be a new love. It could be the renewal of an existing connection where you are starting afresh again, but on a much more healthy foundation. So what lies in your recent past? The King of Cups. Your current energies, the Three of Pentacles. Your feelings towards your situation, the Nine of Cups. Getting some mixed energies here. I'm going to start with love. Now, when I look at this King of Cups, I feel like this is someone, in your recent past. And with the Three of Pentacles here, this isn't going to resonate for all of you, but I am feeling quite strongly that there may be some kind of third-party energy here. There's three people, in this image on this card. And with your feelings towards your situation, we have the Nine of Cups. And this often represents emotional contentment. But I do feel like a slightly guarded energy coming off this, because the figure in the card, they're open, but they're closed. And so I do feel that you may be a little bit held back, and I feel like maybe you have needed to, because with that Seven of Pentacles there is an invitation here to take a step back and to really look at, you know, whatever this situation is, to reevaluate, to reassess. Because often the energies of this card, like particularly in a love reading, are, you know, usually someone saying, I'm okay on my own. And there is this strong feeling that I'm getting towards, you know, whoever this King of Cups is, about, you know, not settling for less in some way. That, you know, that perhaps it is better to actually be on your own rather than settling for less. I feel like there's some kind of situation going on here, Virgo, where, you know, trust has been broken, because I really strongly feel this third party energy here. And what lies in your area of a challenge here is the Ace of Swords. Seeing the truth of a situation and not getting caught up in illusions that can sometimes blind us a little bit from the truth. And this Three of Pentacles, I just keep getting drawn back into that. It's like, you know, it might not be that there has been actual, you know, cheating, let's say, but it's almost this sense of perhaps your person, you know, entertaining conversations with others. Because I just keep feeling this energy of, you know, chats, texting, a kind of a flirtatious energy where, you know, sometimes there might not be actual physical cheating going on, but it might be that somebody enjoys that attention. But I really feel like that's something that, you know, you are not willing to tolerate and that you're not feeling comfortable with here. And understandably so. And I really do feel that the universe is asking you to, you know, really see the full picture here and not get caught up in the potentials of, you know, what could be, what you want it to be, and actually look at the truth of a situation. So with your hidden influence, we have the Three of Cups. So we've got two cards with three people, three cups, the Three of Pentacles. It might be that, you know, this is something that you have a suspicion of. And this may be, you know, very much how you see this person or what you thought this was going to be. You saw them as your King of Cups. But I'm not sure if whoever you are dealing with is really ready to step up to that potential, is what I just keep feeling here. It's almost like You're dealing with somebody who is maybe a little bit on the cusp of a player energy, but at the same time, a part of them wanting love and commitment, but they're just not quite there yet. Because I do feel when I tune into your energies, like this anxiety and a real kind of lack of clarity on, you know, where do you stand with this person? Are they being true? Are they being genuine? There's this energy of suspicion that I just keep feeling here. And that's why this Nine of Cups is here. You know, you're open, but you're also a little bit guarded. And, you know, I do feel like that is actually a healthy energy to be in, because it's about discernment, but it's also about making sure that you are seeing this situation clearly. And sometimes it can be difficult to perhaps face the truth of a situation, because of course we have our dreams of a person, you know, we get attached to, you know, the potential, we see the potential, you know, in others. Let me just feel into the energies a little bit more. I definitely feel there is a soul lesson here, Virgo, around not settling and staying true to what you truly deserve from someone. And it may well be that whoever this King of Cups is, if you do that, if you have those strong, healthy boundaries and you stay true to what you deserve, they may well step up to the plate. And if they don't, I do feel your King of Cups coming in for you, because I do see that person coming into your life. But it may require you to, you know, really stand strongly in these energies, you know, and demonstrate to the universe that that is what you want and you are not settling for less. And for those of you that this relates to career, you know, this may relate to perhaps a project or a job that you've been, you know, involved with, that perhaps it's time for an upgrade, you know, with the Three of Pentacles, because that's all about, you know, networking, working together as a team and, you know, really contributing, you know, what you have to give, you know, what your unique gifts and abilities are, your experience, and connecting to others towards perhaps a common goal. You know, a goal of growth or expansion or some kind of, you know, elevation in your career right now. And working towards a life of independence, of financial freedom. And with an invitation here to, you know, connect to others, to, you know, branch out a little bit, be open to meeting new people and creating the connections and the opportunities, and surrounding yourself actually with people that, you know, really lift you up, that lift your spirit, you know, those positive connections, and really nurturing that moving forwards towards, you know, whatever this upgrade in your career or your finances is. And with your advice from the universe here, the Page of Swords, gathering all the facts of a situation, you know, you may not be ready to perhaps make a kind of definitive decision here. There is still more to, you know, get information of. So making sure that you have, you know, all those facts, all the information, you know, before you perhaps make your choice or decision moving forwards. And what lies in your outcome is the Ace of Cups, a whole new fresh start for you. And, you know, this is a card about saying yes to love, to a creative opportunity, and just really allowing your emotions to flow here, and not holding back, and being open to perhaps whatever this new fresh start might be for you, whether that's in love, career, or or relationships. So Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels right for you. So I wish you a great month ahead.